Hey guys, this is Jacoby filming another Wednesday with the Trans Tubers. I'm back. I apologize for the last couple of videos, and I am sincerely sorry. Um, Anybody who watched the video before I re-uploaded it and edited it, thank you to my fiance for doing that, by the way. I do apologize. It was immature, and last week's video was a little vague. I left off a lot of things that I wanted to put in the video. It was not cut, it was not edited. I wanted to record it to at least show that I am dedicated to this and making a video. When I was filming it, I was running about 103 temperature and dealing with pneumonia. I was later hospitalized, and I'm better. I'm back. Voice is better. I'm still having some trouble breathing, but with the medication, breathing treatments, and everything that I'm doing, I'm feeling like a brand new man. So, my mom thinks that I got as sick as I did because I'm just exhausted. But I'm not going to let that push away from the videos or my job. Alright, anyway, we're going to get to this week's video. This week we're talking about sexuality and whether it is based on gender or sex. This is a big one because it's controversial to a lot of different people because they believe that it has to do with, your sex, your gender. It has to do with, so many different aspects of life. And there's so many different opinions that it's just, when you're in the community and you are changing genders or you're living as a different one that you were born with, sexuality gets thrown out very often. Mind you, a lot of our opinions may come from scientific research or may come from our personal opinions. Mine is going to come from a little bit of research, in my past and everything, and a lot of it's going to be my opinion. Sexuality based on gender or sex. I feel like it's neither. I feel like sexuality is very fluid, like gender. I feel like it's very fluid as well. I mean, I know some people who, lived straight because of today's society, but ended up finding that they are pansexual, which means, not only is it like, it's even different than bisexual. It's any sexuality. It's any gender. My fiance is a cis female pansexual, which means she is biologically female, loves that she's biologically female. Pardon the little whatever. I'm a little strung out on meds, and I apologize. These meds make me hungry and tired and an insomniac all rolled into one. So you're getting a caffeinated Jacoby right now. Anyway, but she doesn't care what's between the legs or how someone was born or whatever. She's in love with their heart and their mind. And I feel like that's a perfect example of sexuality because, it's not straight, it's not gay, it's not, that black and white area. It's a whole bunch of gray, which is a lot like the gender umbrella. Back to what I was saying. I feel like sexuality is a genetic predisposition. I feel like here we are, we're made, and we are all made the same way. Sometimes out of test tubes or whatever, but it all starts with an egg and a sperm. And I feel when everything is fertilized and it starts making a fetus, that's when we start getting our predispositions. Even though I was made like, him or her. There's a genetic predisposition that says, hey, born female, but everything registers as male. Taking medication for it, doing physical transition, but, like, there's a long road that I have to go through in order to make my body finally match with how I feel. And so I feel like sexuality is also another one of those. Like, here we are all, living inside the womb, somebody, isn't made in a factory to be, straight, white, with, brown hair and brown eyes, you know? Little different genes change us, you know? Sometimes we take after our fathers, sometimes we take after our mothers. Sometimes our skin is the lovely mixture of both. Sometimes we have so many different nationalities that we're just our own little perfect umbrella. And, some of us are, parents are, the nationalities are the same, and we're, just like any other person. Like, genes are the reason why we are the way we are. Like, if you look at my brother, look nothing alike. Same parents and everything. How is it possible? Genes. You have somebody who actually looks Hispanic, about my height, dark brown hair, but he has brown eyes, like dark Hispanic. Me, I almost glow in the dark. You can't really tell, but my eyes are like a bluish green. And, yeah, I don't look like either of my parents. And I'm okay with that. Sexuality and gender and everything are going to be the way that they are forever. Like, who knows, 20 years from now, there's going to be a whole different gender binary. And there's going to be a whole new, thing for sexuality. Something that we haven't even heard of. Something that, takes people to discover in order for it to be known. And I feel like we just need to stay tuned and accept it. Because, just like, different heritages, we've all had to overcome. We have all had to do something that's never been done. We've all had to overcome something to become who we are now. And I feel like, 10 years from now, transgenderism, bigenderism, pansexuality, asexuality, whatever, is not going to matter. I think a human is a human. Yeah, there's a big focus on it right now because 20 years, it was so, like, it was almost naughty to say that somebody was bisexual. Somebody liked men and females. Like, it was, it was under the rug. And so, sexuality, there's a lot of emphasis on it because it's still new, especially to older generations. I mean, like, gays couldn't be open and out in public until, like the late 70s, early 80s. But as far as we know, there have always been gays. Like, if anybody wants to throw any comments, any conclusions that they may personally have, fill up my ask box on Tumblr, email me here on YouTube, comment on this video. Let me know what you think about sexuality in gender, and whether you believe that sexuality is based on gender or sex. Or do you believe that it's a predisposition like I do? Do you believe that we're all hatched? I don't care. That's what the comment section, the ask box, and all of those things are for. I want to know people's opinions because this is something that I feel like everybody needs to have some knowledge and or opinion on it, just because it makes us different, and it makes us, I don't want to call it worldly, but it makes us more well-rounded if we know what's going on, other than our little cocoon of ourselves. you know like you know Speaking of cocoons, do you think we're made in a cocoon? I mean, it doesn't matter what you think it is. It could be the most outlandish thing that you think up at 3 o'clock in the morning. If you want to comment on it, fill up my ass box. Tell me what you think. This is what these videos are for. These are to give our opinions. Sometimes they're around to educate. Sometimes they're around to challenge the mind. And I'm asking you to challenge yourselves and come with a rebuttal. Challenge me. Ask me questions. Ask us questions. We'll answer just about anything. So I'm going to go ahead and stop this video and do my bit of editing, and I will post, and I will see you all next week.